I've adjusted my kids since birth. And I mean, for kids, it's important through stages of life. The birthing process can be traumatic in itself. So you kind of want to make sure that after that birthing process, that everything's just functioning like they should. It doesn't take much. Sometimes it's just a finger pressure. And then when they start picking up their head, you kind of make sure that, okay, well, are the muscles contracting right? Is the baby's head moving correctly? Is everything moving like it should? So it's phases. It's birth, when they start lifting up their head, and then when they start walking, you want to make sure the hips are moving. You need to make sure that there's no dysfunction in one hip versus the other. And then it's with the falls. How many times do babies fall on a daily basis? So it doesn't take much, but it's just enough to kind of get things moving. But if you're going to have optimum care, the idea is to kind of fix things before they become an issue. And that's hard in medicine. That's where healthcare wants to go. That's the reason why we have all this imaging and all these other things, to find problems before they become symptomatic or painful. But that's what chiropractors are really good at. We're good at finding the dysfunction. We're good at finding the issue before it becomes symptomatic. We have a lot of nerves in our body that do different things, whether it's proprioceptive input, it's the pathway from the foot to the head. But not all nerve fibers are nociceptive, meaning they perceive pain. So just because you're not in pain doesn't mean that there's not a problem. For example, if you could have a disc issue for years, and then all of a sudden you drop something and you pick it up, it's usually the straw that breaks the camel's back. That doesn't mean that you didn't have a dysfunctional low back. It just meant that that was the small thing of all the other things that you did that you didn't know was hurtful that created the big traveling pain that's down your leg. But that's what we do. Our job is to find that dysfunction before it starts to travel down your leg. If you have a question specifically with your care, you can schedule a consult to just talk to me. But if you know that there's issues, I can't really find out those issues unless I do a very detailed exam. And that's what we do here. You can figure out what the issues are. And if I don't find any issues, which there are times when, I say, you're perfectly healthy, I don't see anything going on, the x-rays look good. Okay, stretch your hamstrings, I'll see you if you need me. But in most cases, I usually can find some dysfunction that could create a bigger issue down the line. But it's always easier if I can get my hands on you to find out what's going on.